Sugandhi.
Hi Tara.
Can you give a brief intro about yourself?
Okay, sure. My name is Sugandhi. I'm actually working with Sunway Group under the property division for the past 6 years. I'm playing the role as a HR business partner, and which my role also includes doing the recruitment and selection process for new employees.
Thank you. As I told you earlier, I would like to ask about recruitment and selection process in your company. Can we go?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Tara.
Okay. My first question will be, what is your tool or technique that you use in your recruitment process?
Okay, we are actually using the Myers-Briggs type indicator for our selection and recruitment process. This is actually a tool, or it's a technique whereby it is indicator on the psychological preference on how the potential candidate actually makes decision. So actually there are 4 categories if you look a bit deeper into this Myers-Briggs, right? So moving forward, I will actually call it as MBTI, easier, that's the short form of the test. So as I mentioned, there's 4 categories, which is introvert or extrovert, sensing or intuition, thinking or feeling, and the last one is judging or sorry, I couldn't recall.
Thank you. And another question will be, at which stage of the selection process, I understand there is a test in the MBTI, right?
Yep, right.
So at which stage actually you all use the test to for the process?
Okay, so usually, right, how our screening process starts is upon the candidate applying for the job, HR will do the screening and then we will pass on the profile to the manager. So if the manager is comfortable with the profile, before we actually go into the face-to-face interview, we will get the potential candidate to do this test. Okay. So basically, for example, if let's say a sales manager, right, we are hiring a sales manager, their personality should be able for them to push for sales and also increase the business turnover. So we will actually use the finding from the test to assess whether they will fit into the role or not. So and whether their personality is accordance to the business objective or goals.
I see. Thank you. Okay, my third question goes like this. So you have a few rounds before you actually recruit a candidate. Am I right?
Yes, actually we will get the candidate to do the test multiple times. Sometimes you will be surprised the test result won't be the same. Let's say they take for the first time, and when we get them to do the second round, right, the test result will actually differ to certain candidates, to certain potential candidates. So we will actually get them to do, usually like I mentioned earlier, before the interview, and at times we also get them to do upon the interview or once we confirm that we're going to hire the candidate. This is just to see the consistency in the test result, whether this is actually their personality type or not. So that will actually give us a better idea about the selection.
Okay, my fourth question will be like this. Do you think this Myers-Briggs indicator type of indicator is really works, and how effective is this in your recruitment process?
Okay, that's actually a very good and valid question, Tara. Initially, when we decided to use this as our tool, right, there was also a lot of talks and discussions and brainstorming among our HR professionals to see whether this will be the best choice of the selection process or not. So what we did is we actually did a pilot test. We ran a pilot test. We got 20 of our internal employees to actually do this test. And you will be surprised the outcome that came actually, right? We could see the link between a certain dominant personality, which is especially those extrovert and with a sensing personality, right? And they are actually having an increased promotion rate within a very short time frame actually.
I see.
So from there, then we actually thought, okay, since we actually could see the result by doing this test, we decided to go ahead with this test. And as of now, so far, we do find the tool helpful. And also another thing that we actually do besides using these for our selection, right, we actually also use these results to develop a team whereby we interestingly we will actually group or match people with actually opposing traits. And what we actually found out is it gives us a better result in terms of decision making and also managing conflicts. So that's another way we actually using these tests as well in developing a team. Yep.
I see. Okay. This will be my last question to you.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you think this tool will accurately define a personality or a behavior of your employee or your any candidates?
Candidates, okay. Actually, Tara, MBTI is just a development tool. It is not exactly a selection process. It does establish a certain character or behavior, but it doesn't forecast what the person can actually do. So it just gives them an idea. Perhaps when they do the test, whatever the outcome that comes, right, you cannot expect that it will 100% reflect when they start working with us. So it doesn't define anything about the person, but it will actually give us a better idea when we are doing the selection process.
Understand.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Okay.
It's very good to meet you today.
Okay, nice Tara, nice sharing those information with you, and I hope it adds some value to your studies and your assignments as well.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.